Hey everyone, I hope your 2022 has gotten off to a good start. And before we start today's video, I just wanted to take a quick minute to talk about the horror app that is changing the game, Chilling. Now, if you aren't familiar with Chilling by now, let me provide some more information on it. Chilling is the home for horror with now over 700 individual stories equaling out to hours of content. The stories range from classic monster creepypastas to paranormal thrillers, true stories, and the classics. Chilling also has the simple but incredibly useful feature of allowing you to darken your screen or to exit out of the app and still being able to listen to your favorite stories. All of the stories on Chilling are ad-free, so you can fully immerse yourself in the storyline without having to worry about any interruptions. Chilling's ambient menu also allows you to set the background ambience to your liking, with volume controls to balance the narration and the music separately. Right now, Chilling is running a giveaway for an Oculus Quest 2, with bonus games Resident Evil 4, Blair Witch, and The Exorcist. To enter, download Chilling and start your free trial, and leave a review on the App Store or Google Play, and fill out the entry form. Everything about the giveaway will be linked in the description below. Go check it out. Big thanks again to Chilling for having me involved. All we wanted to do was pull a senior prank. You know, throw some toilet paper around the halls, draw wieners on the bathroom mirrors, those sort of things. It was going to be fun. Staying at the school overnight without anyone knowing, and trashing the place that had brought us so much misery for 4 years. But none of us had ever stayed in the building past 3 p.m. before, so there was no way for us to know what happened in our school at night. Instead of breaking into the school at night and risking getting arrested, we decided to hide in the gym closet after his 7th period had finished up, and we would stay there until everyone had left and locked up for the night. Since no one expects kids to be willingly stowing away to spend a whole night at their high school, no one thought to check the closet, and our plan had worked. Walking through the hallways of our school at night was beyond weird. The hallways were dark, almost pitch black, thanks to the lack of windows, a feature that often led kids to joke about the place feeling like a prison. There were only 15 of us, and we were all in the same class. So, we decided to start in our homeroom, since we all really hated our homeroom teacher. So, that's where it began. We were all in that biology classroom, writing stupid messages on the whiteboard, and arranging these skeleton figures to look like they were getting it on. It was mostly quiet as we worked, save for a few giggles and cheers here and there. But then, there was a loud, crackling sound from behind me that made me jump and spin around. It came from the intercom. "Crap, what the heck? Is there still someone here?" I whispered. No one answered me. Everyone was listening closely. Then a woman's voice came through. "Hello, esteemed visitors." She spoke in a cheery tone and with a strange accent, but there was something off about her voice. It could have just been the intercom distorting her words, but for some reason, it sent a chill down my spine. "It has been quite a while since we've had students stay the night," the woman continued. "Welcome. I hope you are ready for your night lessons." We stood frozen in the classroom, sharing confused glances. I didn't recognize the woman's voice, and clearly neither did anyone else. "I am Maureen Blakely, the night principal, and I'm here to guide you through the night." I could hear the smile in her voice. "Guys, hey, let's get out of here," one of my friends said, backing up towards the door. "It's probably some other seniors just pulling a prank. They'll rat us out." He turned and opened the door, but it was yanked back out of his grasp by an invisible force, and it slammed shut. One of my other friends screamed out. "Tut tut," Maureen said slowly. "You cannot leave the room before you've heard the rules." "What the heck?" I heard someone say. "Now, I'm going to read these out to you once, and then you can find a copy of them in the front desk of the room that you're in. Be sure to listen closely and follow them all to a T." Shaking my head, I scoffed. "This is stupid." I crossed the room to the one small window at the back. My reflection was looking back at me as I approached it. It was pitch black outside. I started to pull out the lock on the side, intending to open it up and just climb out and head home for the night. But then, I was thrown backwards onto my back. All the air left my lungs and I hit the floor, and I coughed, gasping for air. My friends called out my name. And before I could move or even catch my breath, I was pulled up to my feet and shoved into the desk next to me. It felt like somebody was grabbing me and pushing me around, but there was no one there. My friends all cursed and screamed as they were all forced into desks in a similar fashion. I was suddenly completely paralyzed. I couldn't move, only able to look straight ahead and barely able to breathe. "Oh, we have quite an ambitious group here, don't we?" Maureen laughed. "No need to worry. I simply ask that you all remain quiet and attentive. These rules will be crucial for you to know. It is currently 10:50 p.m., which means that in exactly 10 minutes, you will need to begin following the rules. You must then continue to do so until 7 a.m. tomorrow." My friends and I remained silent and unable to move as the woman read the rules over the intercom, her voice remaining chillingly happy throughout. "Rule number 1 is more of a warning. Know that you will not be alone in the school tonight. Rather, you will be under the supervision of the night staff. They are much more strict than the teachers that you know, and they look very different. Do your best to stay on their good sides. You can do so by, once again, following the rules. Rule number 2. Beware of the one that hunts you. He will not stop until the sun rises, or until he has found you all. Because of this, do not stay in any room or hallway for longer than 13 minutes. So, unfortunately, sleep is not going to be an option. It is also best to travel alone to avoid catching his attention. Rule number 3. If you find yourself in the hallway that leads to the music room, you will notice that the lights are off. Do not turn them on. If there's loud music coming from the music room, you are free to travel down the hallway. If the music stops, stand as still as you can and hold your breath. The night music teacher will hear the smallest sounds that you make, so make sure to stay silent. Once the music turns on again, you can move as you wish, as she will not be able to hear you. Rule number 4. I advise avoiding any mirrors. Seeing how you appear in our world may be startling. Rule number 5. As much as you may want to, do not leave the building. If you open an exit door, you will find yourself looking down the hallway that you stand in, watching yourself open the door from behind. Once you have entered the loop, you cannot escape. Rule number 6. For those of you who use the male restrooms, please refrain from using the urinals at any time in the night. The night cleaners have particularly sharp claws and have been known to use them. If you wish to leave with all the bits you entered with, please use the toilets. Rule number 7. If you are craving a midnight snack, you are more than welcome to head to the cafeteria. You will smell the night lunch lady before you see her, and the stench may deter your hunger. But if it does not, brace yourself before you enter the cafeteria. Once you are inside, the whispers will begin, along with the squelching sounds of the night lunch lady's exposed organs. Do not stare, and do not do anything the whispers tell you to do. The night lunch lady will be waiting for you with 2 choices: a plate of fruit or a slice of meatloaf. Take the fruit. Do not eat the meatloaf. If you would like to know where the meat comes from, see rule number 6. Rule number 8. At 1 a.m., there will be a lockdown protocol. You will hear my voice announcing such over the intercom. Head to the closest classroom in an orderly fashion and lock the door behind you. Turn the lights out and hide in a corner as you would in any normal lockdown. You will then hear violent banging on the door, as well as persistent begging and threats. You may hear the voice of a fellow student begging to be let in, but do not fall for this. It may be a trick. Do not open the door until 1:11 a.m., even if the sounds stop before then. Rule number 9. From 2:34 a.m. to 2:58 a.m., the teacher hunting you will become frustrated. At this time, the only room in the building that is safe will be the first floor janitor's closet. It is a tight space, so only a few students will fit inside. You must decide amongst yourselves who that is. I suggest the least athletic student hide in the closet. Those of you who excel in running particularly have a better chance of escaping him. Rule number 10. If you decide to enter the gymnasium at any time, you will then meet the night gym teacher. If you do not see him at first, look up. He tends to crawl in the ceilings and is always smiling. He cannot speak due to the length of his teeth, so you will need not to say anything. Just make sure you always remain smiling when in his presence. Rule number 11. The final rule. In the final hour, I will be the only staff member still present in the school. All of the lights will go out and I will begin to look for each of you. Something happens to me in this hour. I can never remember anything aside from waking up with splinters of bone stuck in my teeth and blood dripping from my chin. I've been told that you can hear me approaching, though the snapping of my bones as I move will be enough to warn you that I am near. If you hear me, close your eyes. You will feel my breath on your skin and hear my joints popping as I examine you. But so long as you keep your eyes closed until I'm gone, you will be fine. And that would be all. Good luck, students. The intercom clicked silent and I could move again. No one in the class made a sound as we watched the clock strike 11.